Howdy, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Hope y'all doing okay today. If you like any of the content that I've been putting up, feel free to give me a like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell if you want to know whenever new stuff goes up. And last but not least, if there's anything you want my opinion on, leave it in the comment section. Even if it's something I'm unfamiliar with or whatnot, I'd be more than happy to do a little research and Googling to find out what it is you're talking about and form an opinion on it. So, all that said, that was funny. The group of traffic that I'm in, we just went past a unmarked sheriff's car sitting in clearly a speed trap spot, and everybody dropped to like 3 under posted when we were cruising it posted. I think that's funny. Anyway, so I want to talk about something interesting. So, not going to rehash all this, but the quick backstory of this is when my wife and I met a number of years ago, she had kids from her previous marriage. Now, not rehashing all that, biological father's not around, not paying child support, and so when her and I got hitched, our kids were at the wedding, minus the honeymoon baby. Well, anyway, a few years after that, I adopted the kids, and I've told her for years that, especially with my oldest daughters, which are teenagers now, which just blows my mind, that I don't feel like they were someone else's kids. I just feel like I'm their dad. And I missed out on several years of life. And so, when they became teenagers or hit double digit age, whatever the stepping stone was in their current aging. I always told her, I said, I just don't feel like I had enough time. I just don't feel like I had enough time with them when they were little kids to be braced for this stage of development, or for this stage of their lives, whatever you want to call it. Well, so my oldest daughter has been hanging out with a friend from school. He is her study partner in several classes, and so she gets paired up with him a lot for schoolwork and whatnot. And so there's been a couple times where he'll end up coming over to visit after school so they can work on homework stuff together. And if anyone has seen the Disney Pixar movie Up, all about the feelings and things inside a person's head, there's one point where Riley, the daughter, brings home a boy comes over to visit with Riley, and it shows the dad's reaction. It's a short, shows the dad's reaction is like all the little voice in his head, nope, not having this ain't working. And then turns out the dad likes the kid because they have a couple common interests. Well, I know what that feels like. So this kid, he's constantly hanging out with my daughter when he's over at the house. Very polite kid. Turns out he's scared of me, which I find very wonderful and healthy for everyone's sake. Well, one time I got home from work, had dinner, his kid's over at the house, no problem. I ended up having to drive him home later that night, fine with me. So I jump in the car, and instantly, I'm expecting this is going to be the most silent and most awkward ride ever, because I don't want to like the kid because he's interested in my daughter and all that, so I don't want to like him just out of the gate. Well, turns out he starts talking to me. He's very respectful, very nice kid. Radio's on. He's like, oh, that's Red Hot Chili Peppers or Aerosmith. Or I'm like, I don't want to like... I'm sitting there thinking, I don't want to like you, but I kind of do now. Because your taste in music doesn't suck. And you're a teenager, and that's weird. And took him out in the Mustang that I've got, and it's loud and slow. But he's, man, this is awesome. I like this. This is fun. I like this. And I actually kind of like the kid. But like I said, I just feel like I got cheated out of several years that would have been great to have had with my daughters. And that feeling sucks. If you have never, just case in point, imagine, for all the parents out there, imagine meeting your kid at 5. They don't call anyone else dad. They don't call... that they just don't. Because their biological father wasn't there for him, isn't there for him. And so they don't call anyone else dad. Now, I'll admit that when my wife and I first got together, they called me by my given name. And when we got married, we told him, hey, you can call him dad if you want. You can call him his name if you want. That's up to you. And when they started calling me dad, that was... talk about turning a 6'4" guy into a puddle of goop on the floor that was melted from the feels. But it's an odd sensation, and I wouldn't trade him for the world, but I'd trade everything in the world to get those years that I didn't get. That's what I got on this one, folks. Thanks for tuning in.